we're gonna continue working on calf guard. We're gonna work the underhook series. I need to get rid of the knee shield on my own terms. I keep my elbows in because top person wants the underhook. I want my underhook, okay? So I can't give her the space to start coming in for it. Okay, so when I'm here and I'm ready, I'm gonna shoot my arm through as I shoot my knee because that's what's gonna give me the space to come in for the underhook, right? So I'm here, I build my base to my elbow, I'm gonna come up, grab the hip, and I'm bringing my ear to her chest. If I stay far away, Jess is gonna bring her hand on my face and push my head down. So just push me down, exactly, she's gonna separate, right? I don't want that. I need a deep underhook. I don't want her to arm lock me. I need to come in and be attached. Okay, so I shoot all the way up. I've won this inside space, and now I'm gonna fall to my elbow because I wanna pull her off her base. So this first option, we're gonna talk about the underhook to the knee tweak, and then how we can get into the dogfight position. And we're gonna go for a bulldoze from there, or you can go to a back take, okay? We're gonna basically get to our knees. So I'm connected. I've also shifted out. So instead of kind of being here, I'm really on my hip. I pull her down with me because I'm attached. Boom, right here. Now I can move for the knee tweak. This is really important, guys. This is gonna put pressure on the knee. So this is gonna really help me control her leg. So as I'm here, I take my top foot, the heel comes to her ankle of the foot closest to me, and then I start fanning it back as I drop this one leg and I pick it up, okay? So I'm just picking it up right here. I set my toesies in the mat, and you can see her knees kind of in a little bit of a funky direction. Okay, so I have really good control here. Toesies are set, my heels to my butt, and I've got this position. Okay, so I have really good control. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build my base to my hand, and I'm gonna come up to my knees. Okay, you can see I got this pinch. Look, it already caused Jess to react, right? She's kind of falling back. So I stay on the inside with my head. I've got a nice control on her leg and her knee. I'm gonna come forward, grab the knee. I'm gonna drive my hips towards her. It's not so much about pulling the arm towards me, or her leg towards me, but I'm gonna block, I'll pull and drive and come up on top. As I come up, I'm gonna shift a little bit. My analogy was the tab sign. I don't know if that's good. Or the tab on the keyboard as I'm shifting, but when we get up on top here, if I can't scooch myself over, I can either try getting to mount, but I can't because her knee's up high. I can bring my foot to the back of her top foot and put it on the clock at 3 o'clock. And now I can start just coming around to side control so she can't chase me, and here we are. Okay, so let's do that again. I know there's a lot of details, and I'm going to show you different variations of how I might come up with the bulldoze or how to get to the back. So I'm here, right? Got my frames. Just might be like, you know, trying to smash, of course. I find my opportunity, boom. Maybe she's even coming towards me, and then I can just bring her forward. Even if I land on my shoulder, see, I've got my underhook. It's nice and deep. I'm going to get my tweak. I'll build my base to my elbow, and now I'm up all the way. My shoulder's underneath her. So I could potentially come in and drive here, but this is our dogfight position. So maybe she's like pushing into me a little bit more. Yep. So what I'm gonna do now, and this is if she doesn't have a whizard, my shoulder's underneath her, I'm gonna shuck. I anchor my hand right on her hip, and then I'm gonna just shuck my arm forward, my shoulder forward, and it throws her arm ahead of me, right? So it causes her to post. Now, I can get perpendicular. I can come in and grab her knee and her ankle. I like control of the whole shin, the whole leg, right? It's gonna be a little easier to bulldoze her than just the knee. And I can drive. If I end up here, all I need to do is get a little bit of the underhook, right? I can feed my way in under the elbow, and then I can bring my knee right to the hip. Don't get up and move. I'm smashing her legs. I have space to get to mount. All I need to do is bring the knee to the hip. And then boom, 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 start walking around. and come up, and now I'm in mount. Or, let's run that one more time. We're here, boom, and bring her forward. Get the knee tweak. I'm here, okay? Even if she doesn't have the whizzer, okay? Let's say she doesn't have the whizzer still, right? So I'm here, I go to my shuck, boom, right? That's powerful with the shoulder. I'm really kind of just whipping her arm. I can go for the back take, which we've talked about. I'm controlling the hips, back to the chest, come in for the seatbelt with that 3/4 Nelson we've been working on, right? Cinch the elbows in. I've got my knee in for the partial first hook. I connect. I'm going to push off the back leg, roll forward, stretch her back, get in my second hook, and here we go. Okay? We're going to talk about the whizard, or like Abby says, we're off to see the wizard. So, what happens when they whizzer, right, with the arm. So, I'm going to show you 2 levels of this. We can go for this really cool sweep here, this kind of like dive sweep. But I do just want to show you something before we kind of get into that. As we're here, right, I'm coming up, boom, bring her forward, get into this position. So if I come up, right, I'm going to build my base, I'm coming up into this dogfight position. To get rid of this whizzer, let's say I still want to take the back, right? I obviously can't because she's blocking it, right? She's got the overwrap. So you could always use, this is like the limp arm, the Elvis, the air guitar. It's got lots of names, okay? But you've gotta like relax your arm, and slow-mo, I'm gonna take the back of my hand, I'm gonna trace her body, come to the mat, pull it all the way out and make a big circle, okay? So I'm gonna do that really fast though. So if she gets the whizzer and we're here, it's gonna look like that, okay? And you really have to exaggerate it, but your arm has to be relaxed to be able to pull it out, right? So you can get it out of the whizzer. If she's whizzering me, don't forget, so with or without the whizzer, I can go for the bulldoze. The bulldoze is there all day, okay? But let's say she's really kind of driving into me. This is where I'm gonna dive. I'm gonna dive underneath her leg with this arm. I still have the tweak, okay? So I'm just gonna tuck my head. I'm gonna roll, tuck my shoulder, boom. Come all the way up. It's fun for the other person. So when I come up on top, I don't want to just stay here. I want to try and like shift my hips all the way over. Ideally, bringing this knee all the way in. I can flatten her out with my head to her shoulder. This puts a lot of pressure. It's hard for her to regard here. I can either go to the 3 o'clock and pass, or I can come in, pinch above her knee, go for head control, do a slight back step, and boom. Now I've passed. Okay, so it's a really good control. You might come up several different ways. We just want to make sure we're putting pressure, stabilize, getting the side control or mount safely. Okay, so let's do that again. But we're going to talk about doing it from low level, right? So I'm here, I come up, and I bring her forward. I'm getting the knee tweak. Boom. So what happens is I can go for the swim right here or the dive. But where I'll go for it sometimes, let's say I can't build my base up, right? Or she starts trying to knee cut. Okay, because people think when they're here, go ahead, bring your knee up. I'm still gonna track though. I still want the ankle, so bring it back a little bit. I still want to tweak on the ankle. Okay, so if you guys can see this behind me, right? I'm still tweaking. So see my toes are set on the mat, and I'm like drive my heel to the mat or to my butt. I've got it set all the way back, so it's putting pressure on her knee. But I'm kind of allowing her to think she can knee cut, right? So as she starts trying to cut through, I can dive under the leg, but I'm going to do a forward shrimp with my hips because she's going to try and put all her weight in that slide. So go ahead, but I get underneath her and come up. You may use the tweak at that point, or maybe I can still skip, come over, boom. That's a lot like, Jess, you feel like you can regard it right? And then come on around. Boom. Does that make sense, guys? So I can force the dive just from low. I can go for the dive if she's going for the knee cut. Or if I get up and we're in the dogfight and she's putting pressure into me, that's exactly when I can just dive through. Because I don't want to let her just plow me down, right? Okay, so we're going to talk about what happens when this person flattens us out. Either if we have the underhook already and then they flatten us, or if they are able to beat us to the underhook and they get it. Stay tuned next week. We'll probably talk about DPAP because of course with the underhook there. And when you can't get the roll, there's a lot of DPAP options, which is my favorite, okay? But we're gonna talk about this right now. So I'm here, let's say I come in and I get the underhook, but it's a shallow underhook, right? It's not deep enough. It's kind of cut off at the elbow. She starts flattening me out, right? She just starts pushing me down. Okay, top back smash, here we go. So, I actually like this position because I have my underhook. As long as I can get my underhook, I feel golden, okay? So, what I'm gonna do now is, even if she has head control, okay, I have the underhook, right? We'll talk about what happens when she does. But all I need to do now is I'm gonna try and shift to this right hip, my opposite hip. This may take a long time. You need to be patient. I'm not saying this is just gonna happen. You're gonna have to troubleshoot this. I have been flattened out here. This is where you're gonna start talking to yourself, and it's like positive self-talk, and you love being smashed, and it's okay. So I need to shift my hip and get to my side, because we don't wanna be flattened out, but I'm also gonna straighten this arm to shoot my underhook up higher, and that's gonna bring her shoulder up higher, okay? Or her arm up higher. So as I start moving around, right, I'm trying to like shift, boom, boom, boom. See how I use that? I straighten my arm, and now her arm is on top of my shoulder where I like it. Okay, I can reach, she doesn't like it. I'm on my side fully like a wall. Okay, I can reach for the hip. I can start going for my knee tweak, right? I can just pop my head out. Guys, sometimes you don't even need to use the shot. If there's space, I'm just gonna go out the back door, right? Retract the head, come up, boom. I can come here, start taking the back. I can bulldoze, whatever, okay? But I was able to get myself out. That's a woo-saw moment. You've got to be patient. If Jess beats me, right, and she starts getting the underhook and head control, right? Same thing, this sucks. She's putting on shoulder pressure. I'm like, oh my God. So here, I just have to kind of like finagle, okay? That's really it, the most technical term. But I'm really trying to get back and forth on my hips, right? Trying to like create space. Getting that arm underneath, okay? Once I'm here, sometimes I'll even like clasp my hands or gable grip, but I'm trying to like hoist myself as I get to my hip. And that could be in stages. I might not get there all in one move, okay? Now I can even like use my leg to pick up. I can start going for the tweak. Here I feel like I don't even need to go for the tweak as much because she's already like so committed to the ground, like her base, that I feel like I don't even need to use the knee tweak. Like I'm coming out and I've got her pretty controlled. Okay, so I kind of just kicked my leg up. And here we are. I can go for, the back. I can bulldoze, whatever makes me happy. Does that make sense? So when you're flattened out, if you can get the underhook, that's key. And then I'm building myself to my side. I'm straightening my arm up, right? Because I want them to be able to post up higher and get their arm on my shoulder.